In short, answer is yes. It's a genuine question. Like you will say, hey, I am learning my analog, my digital and some other core electronic subjects, and then how I'll manage to learn coding also. And then someone will say, hey, learn Python, learn TCL, Perl, C++. So is it too tough to be a VLSI engineer? Please be with me for next 10 minutes. I'll explain you how you need to tackle your coding part for getting a VLSI job. Let's get started. Hey, I'm Rajdeep, your big brother, and currently I am doing my job with Intel as CAD engineer. So first of all, let's be clear. We want to be an electronics engineer, right? VLSI, communication or any other, but we want to be an electronics engineer. And electronics is a combination or synergy of software and hardware. So to be a VLSI engineer, you can never go away without your coding. But most importantly, you don't need to be a pro coder like the computer science peoples. So first of all, let's see the application of coding in our domain. For example, if you are a front-end engineer, front-end means you are working on schematic level or RTL coding level. Okay, if you want to know more about front-end and back-end in the VLSI domain and you want me to make a dedicated video, then please comment it down. I'll make one in next. So if you are a front-end engineer, then you need to write your RTL coding in Verilog or in some other HDL languages. And if you are a back-end engineer, back-end means designing layout and other stuffs, then also you need to know the scripting languages like like TCL, Perl, C++. But question is that why we need coding? In schematic we can drag and drop and we can do the connection, then why we need to do in RTL coding? For example, right now Intel has launched Alder Lake 12 and those have billions of transistors. So do you think anybody, any human being can make all the schematic by hand manually? Or in the layout part, in backend part, can they do all the layout, making the ports, doing the routing manually for billions of transistors? Obviously not. They need the automation. And who provide automation? Coding. Coding will provide you the automations. And additionally, everything you do like in Cadence or in other software, those are running in Linux environment. So to automate your task more, it's great to know the bash scripting also. So now the obvious question, how many language you need to learn and how much we need to learn? First question first, for how many you only need to know one language. Yes, you only need to know only one language. And in how much, let me tell you, we just need to be a mild coder. Word mild, I'll explain you what does I mean mild. So best thing is that take only one language. My suggestion, take Python. Know its basics thing. What is basics? I'll explain again later. Know its basics things. Know what the capability of that language. Know the syntax or the grammar or the rule, how to write the coding for that language. And trust me, other than the syntax, maximum capabilities, basic capabilities are same throughout all the coding, be it bash scripting, TCL or any other language. So if you know what are the possibility of coding, trust me, you can look up any language from the world and you just need to know the syntax. And for syntax, Google otherwise there, you type it, Google will tell you the syntax. But you need to know that what are the things you can do on coding, and that thing you will know only if you know only one language, basic thing. Let me give you my example. Like just after BTech, I went for a IT company, and IT company selected me because I know the basics of C++, and there they have given me training on Java for 3 months, and during my first project they have given me the task to write code on Python. So you see how industry is working. It is IT industry, no doubt, but there also I could survive, and I only had the knowledge of basics of C++, and from that only I can easily go on through Java to Python. So if I can do it on the software job, then in VLSI job it's more easy, because here we don't need to be a pro coder, we only need to be a mild coder. Now what does I mean by mild coder or the basic things? So let me give you some example, and be clear, I am not making you know how to code, but I am just giving you some examples so you know what is mean by mild coder or basic things. So you need to know these things, like these are the example. So for example, you are coding on Python and you have written here print hello world, and if you run it, it will print no issue. And the same place, if I write print xyz, then I'm getting error. And if you know why you are getting that error, then done, you know these basic things, right? And for those of you who don't know, then because xyz is a variable, then what's the difference between first line and second line? In first line we are using a string and second line is variable. This much difference you need to know in only one language, and if those things are clear in only one language, then in other language also same theory are using there, and you can easily learn that code. So to make this code work, we need to define our variable, because variable, as name suggests, they don't have any value and computer don't know what's the value. That's why in error only it is saying it is not defined. So what if I do xyz equal to any number, and if I run it, then it is running because I have defined it. So this is the basic thing. Then some other basic thing is like the concept of function. It's very important. For example, if I write here dev Rajdeep and I write here print I am Rajdeep, okay, then you need to know like what's the difference between the definition of function, calling of a function, what's the argument in a function, those different things. If you can know it from here, then very good, you know already. You don't need to learn like more in coding. You just concentrate on your analog and digital circuits. Okay, and if you don't know, then these things take hardly 10 to 20 days to learn. So here, if I call my this function, then what I can expect? I can expect it will write down I am Rajdeep. Perfect. And see, here I am using some tabs, like I have written this thing in tabs, this thing without tabs, and these are called the grammar or the syntax of a language, and this thing we don't need to remember. And if trust me, before giving you this example, I also like confused like how to define a function in Python. So what I did, I just Google it, like how to write a Python function, and I know it. And why I have googling it? Because I know function did exist in Python, and so that true for any other language also. And just reminder, as you are getting the value from this video, please don't forget to like my video. Now for example, if I give something here like RG, okay, and I am telling here print RG, and I am running my Rajdeep, then I'll get an error. And see, I'm getting error. If you know why this error is coming, then you already know the basic things of function. You don't need to learn anything more, okay. And those you don't know, because here I have given some argument and here I am not giving that argument, like they don't know what is RG. And trust me, if you don't know, don't panic. You need only 10 to 20 days. Take any YouTube lecture and you will know. Any language, not Python only, any language, learn that one, and then other language are all open for you. We can code on those languages also. So that's answer our question, like how many language? Only one language. How much? These basic things. Additionally, some other basic things like very important, if and else, like how to control the flow of your coding. Then we have many loops like for loop, while loop, do while, what's the need of those things. Then how to open a file, how to write inside a file, how to manipulate that file, like file handling. So these are some example, like these are the basic things you need to know in only one language, and then for other language you just need to Google it and you can write down. And yeah, when you get a job and if they tell you need to code on Perl, then you need to be some experience on Perl. But here in this video I am telling you to get a job what you need. You don't need to learn all the coding, you just need to learn only one coding. And then after getting a job, if they tell you learn Python or Perl or TCL, then you be get your expertise on that language only, and if you are coding on that for 1, 2 or 3 months, then after that you don't need to Google it also. Like, you can be efficient. And one added benefit of learning a coding, like basics of coding, is that like we can agree it on, okay, like only for few old IITs, old NITs, BITS, and some few good state government colleges, engineering colleges or private colleges, all the job in BTech level, like more than 90% are on IT sector only, right? In MTech level, obviously we have more core jobs, but in BTech level, getting a core electronics job is little tough, and it's a fact, because they want MTech people, and if they want to recruit you BTech people, then they want the extraordinary knowledge, and maximum of we are average, okay, we don't have that extraordinary. So with this knowledge of only one language, you can easily convert a IT job easily. But I am not telling you like be satisfied with your IT job, but that IT job will provide you the breathing space. Like, you can do your job there for 1 year, 2 years, prepare for your core electronics jobs or for GATE and do your MTech. What I pursued, like I did 14 months in one IT job, prepared for GATE, then I did MTech, and now I'm in Intel. So like this you can go, and this 1 and 2 years in your IT company also won't go in vain, because when you apply for a electronics core job, that work experience of 1 and 2 years really add on to your chances, because they also know that to survive in VLSI industry you need to know the coding, not extraordinary, which I am repeating this video again and again, mild coding. And as you have the experience on developing software or verifying software, you already prove that you have the basic knowledge of coding. And by this way, my dear friend, you can get your VLSI job only if and only if you have the expertise on your analog and digital electronics. These things are the main thing. Only after that you concentrate on your coding, not directly jump onto your coding because somebody said you learn Python, it just have the future. Yeah, Verilog is very important, but don't go directly to learn Verilog. First learn Python or some other language, and from those you will have the programming knowledge, and with your programming knowledge and your concepts of digital circuits, Verilog you can easily learn. For me, I have taken only 5 to 10 days to learn Verilog. Not to be expert, but for getting a job, to answer those interview questions, the knowledge you can gain on Verilog in 5 to 10 days only. And hey, as 2021 is ending and I am aiming for a 500 subscriber before end of this year. So if you have not subscribed it yet, please subscribe it, and it's really give a lot of motivation to go on making videos in spite of this busy schedule. It's all from this video. Bye bye, and see you in our next video.